and into the maybe I can just widen it a bit. One of the pictures that went into the book, which I'm really pleased with. Now,
Beautiful.
yeah, it's a really gorgeous bird. Huh? And this
Question. What bird is that?
This is a white-throated kingfisher. So what's interesting is that you never really see it like this. You're always going to see it sitting on the wire. It's I could take you out right now and between, say, here in Pororim, I can show you. Actually, not here in Pororim, but if I take any of the roads close to, well, I photographed one actually right here, right next to the Panchen Bridge.
For
Sometime back.
we have
So
lots.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it's a bird that's always sitting on the wire. You never see it like this, you know. It's sitting up there, and it's not a shy bird. You can stand right under it and photograph it, but then you'd get only those kind of shots. Bird sitting on the wire, clear sky, blue sky in the background, and that's it. So to get this one, I had to go and sit at Pilan Lake, and this was actually just luck, you know, because I was sitting there waiting for something else, and the bird jumped out of the bushes and dived into the water, didn't catch anything, and started flying away. Now all this is happening really quick, and with a tele lens, it's really hard to lock focus on the bird because it's like shooting. It's literally shooting something that's moving. But I was just lucky because the focus locked and I got the shot. So, and what I want you to take from this picture is the fact that, you know, you have beautiful birds. All of you know, you live here in Goa. The birds are there all around us, but we don't see them the way we could be seeing them. And one of the ways you could really appreciate them is with a pair of binoculars. Because it's always interesting for me. I take a lot of people who have just started out, who don't even really know what bird watching is, and they come with me, and when I show them a bird, they're like, wow, it looks so amazing, through the binoculars. They've seen this bird before, but they don't see it the same way. I mean, I had one client who I remember when he saw the bird, he started saying things like, it's so amazing, it's so fluffy and soft, I just wish I could reach out and touch it, like literally to that extent, you know, like they see it in a whole different way. Practice. So, now this one is a Paradise flycatcher. Yeah. So again, this is an interesting. This one was at the same spot. This is a Pilan Lake.
Pilan Lake.
This is a male, right?
Yeah, this is a male.
Yeah, adult.
At the Pilan Lake, and I go there to find quite a few birds. Here's the thing about Pilan Lake. Actually, if any of you have gone there, you know.
Where is it exactly? The Pilan Lake.
No, Saligaon. Benjamin Saligaon.
Well, if you drop down,
I am from Pilan, but I don't know.
Yeah,
what
so if you're coming, you know that well, if you're coming from Pororim towards Saligaon, just before you hit the slope, you know, on the left hand side there's that temple, the grey colored temple, Chubby Cheeks School and on. So you follow that road down, and just about maybe 500 meters down on your right hand side. It's not a lake actually; it's a big swamp.
You mean where the spring is?
Yes. And all the birds are there.
So that's called Pilan Lake because
we
just call it Zori, and that's it.
Yeah. It's a spring. It's a spring, but it feeds into this like massive swamp, and it's really good for birds actually. So you really need to. But the spot there's one structure that the government has constructed. I don't know why they've conducted that. I guess just to have a view or something like that. But from there you don't see that many. And I go to the other side where now this gets really interesting because this spot that I go to has more birds, and it has more birds because there's more rubbish there and there's more shit there. There's literally human street art. If you've ever gone there, you sometimes see people sitting even in the daytime sitting out there for a shit. Yeah? And this is the amazing thing that sometimes nature behaves in a way in which we don't want it to behave, you know. And this bird loves to be around there because it's a flycatcher. It eats flies. Where would you find more flies than around human excrement, you know? So it's hanging around there, and I had to go and like suffer the stench for a good 20 minutes. I knew the bird was around there because I know the call. This is another thing you need to know when you're identifying, especially if you're a guide. The reason I see more birds when I go out and I can point out more birds to people is not because I can see them, it's because I lock on to many different things. You know, like, first of all, I know the way that it flies, I know which bird sits where, I know its call. So even before the bird is on the scene, I know it's coming, and I know how it's going to behave. And that's what the flycatcher does. It jumps from from one bush to another, and eventually it comes out. So we're sitting in the bush. As long as it was in the bush, couldn't get a shot. Too dark, too many sticks. But I know it's jumping out every now and then, grabbing some flies in the sun and jumping back. So I just locked focus on that point, and when it jumped out, I nailed it. So I took 2 or 3 shots, and this was the best one because you can actually see it with its. Sorry. One second. Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. The fly, just the mouth open to the fly and its mouth.
What's the name of the bird?
Paradise
Asian
flycatcher.
Paradise flycatcher.
It's got 2 feathers in the tail streaming outwards.
So,
The male, the adult.
yeah.
When they are young, both look the same. The female doesn't have a long tail.
And this is a beautiful eagle. And it is it's a juvenile. It's not it's fully grown in size, which you don't usually. This is the color of the juvenile. So now again, this bird I knew it was. This is in Sukkur.
Is this originally a Goan?
Yeah, it's endemic. It stays here.
Endemic.
No, actually resident. I wouldn't use the word endemic because you find it in other places, but it's resident, so it doesn't fly often here. There's a spot in Sukkur that I go to where I take most of my clients. There's one place where the eagles have built a nest. Every year they nest, and the nest just gets bigger and bigger because they keep piling more and more sticks. And almost, I think every year they bring up a chick, one chick. Eagles take a long time to bring up one baby. And I think it actually carries on almost, I'm not sure, it takes a year or 2 years for it to fully mature. Because initially the bird just grows, but when you're talking about a predator, but if you know, basically you look at herbivores, say like deer and say birds that eat fruits and all. The parents don't really have to teach their young much. They just bring them up and the birds go out and find their food. But when it comes to predators, tigers or leopards or say eagles, the parents have to teach the young one how to hunt. So that takes a while. So the bird gets big fast, but it takes a long time for it to learn. Sorry, go ahead.
No, is it true that the eagle carries the bird, the little one on its neck?
No, I haven't seen that.
On its,
No. But they do some interesting things
I
like.
think they allow them to leave it in the stay there, chicks for a long time in the nest till they are fully grown. Not other birds, they chicks they fly quickly, you know. But this takes longer time. You know, I've seen
What is that the eagle
National
carries in
Geographic.
its wings and then
They bring
finally
all
drops
the
the bird.
meat and all this
I don't know.
stuff.
What?
No, what she's saying is,
Yeah.
she heard that the chick sits on the mother or something, and the mother flies.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
the
yeah.
chick lets go or something.
And then one
But
day
no, I
No, not
haven't
like
seen
that.
just drops.
Normally, what the mother does, it sits on a branch and shows whether it's a herbivorous, with a bird which eats berries, it shows, or an insect, it shows the baby, the chick, the insect or whatever it has. And then the chick was a little bit smarter, flies first and gets to eat. That way they learn to fly. And here also, these mother birds, they kill some carrion and they bring it. First they feed the chick in the nest. Then gradually they go a little further away. And the chick has to fly a little bit. That's how they learn to fly slowly.
I've never figured out eagles, hawks and kites.
Sure, yeah.
You can just autograph him.
Is he there?
Yeah, just autograph.
Oh, yeah.
Because someone might be wanting it. Yeah. Who?
Meanwhile,
With reason,